There is absolutely, unequivocally no circumstance where you should ever outbench your deadlift. What's up, gym addicts? As always, this is Patrick, professional powerlifter, your favorite uncle, the cool uncle who taught you where the G-spot is, not the creepy uncle who taught you where your G-spot is. We are less than 70 days out from the American Pro, where we will make everyone else competing, except for Dan Griggsby on deadlift, look like a child because we're going to dominate the entire platform. First off, we started off with a bench day. We did a 1x2 with 520 pounds. We're at a weird spot in training right now because we're starting to ramp up. We're starting to acclimate the CNS to the higher volumes, the higher weights that we will be touching, that we'll be tickling, that we'll be pressing on the platform. So 520 pounds, not that much, nothing groundbreaking at all. Something any average gym goer should be able to do. Just kidding. It felt like garbage. Really easy press, but it felt like garbage. I got a handoff, which I don't usually do when I'm in training. But now that we're getting closer and closer to the meet, we're getting closer and closer to meet conditions. And when I'm on the platform, I can't unrack anything above like 95% of my bench max. So I opted to get one of the multiply homies to give me a handoff. And it felt, it didn't feel really good. But knowing that my CNS is not primed for heavy load, since I haven't touched anything really above 500 in straight weight, we've been tickling like mid 550s to 600 with the banded weight. But I mean, if you want to say that band weight is the same as straight weight, then you might as well say that letting your girl peg you is straight. So it felt like garbage. Then we dropped down to 475 and we did we did a 4x2 with that 475, but I kept like messing up, and I don't know if it was me messing up or if the fact that combo racks are antiquated and should no longer be in any sort of gym situation whatsoever, because any other alternative, literally every alternative to a combo rack is better than a combo rack in every way. So the combo rack has pegs on the rack to set the rack height. I kept clipping with the inside of the plates on that peg. And if you'll, it just throws you off and it torques my lower back, and it's not a good time to have when you're benching 475 pounds and you're tweaking your lower back mid set and you still got one more rep to go. Now, moving on to squats. Squats, we're starting, like we're doing with the bench, we're starting to play just the tip with heavier loads. And this week we did a 1x2 at 790 pounds. Pretty good set, but when I unwrapped my knees, because I'm wrapping my knees on the platform, so I'm wrapping my knees in the gym. When I unwrapped my knees, it felt like I had a shin splint. It felt like there was a shooting pain going up and down the inside of my shin, for lack of a better term. So in between the 790 and my second set, which was only going to be 730, I'm doing a lot of like calf stretching. I'm doing tib raises, trying to get blood flow to the calf, to the knee area, because in the past, I've had a little bit of a knee issue only since I put on the squat shoes. So trying to alleviate the pressure by getting blood flow in there, because blood is the like the holy grail of recovery. If you can get blood to a place, then things will go better. So nothing was feeling better. We still had the shin splint. And daddy never taught me how to be a little bitch. So we said, fuck it. Let's just rewrap. Let's do the second set at 730 as programmed. And then if you watch the 730 squat, the 1x2 at 730, you can distinctly see me go basically 70% of the weight on one leg and 30% on the other. That's because my knee was just telling me that things are going not good. Things are not good. Things do not feel good. This knee is about to explode. First rep, felt bad. Second rep, also didn't feel good. So I limped out of the monolift, and I stopped the recording, and I took the wraps off, and my knee felt instantly better. That makes no sense. Scientifically, there is no reason that should happen. So we found out that it's quad and patella tendonitis, which patella tendonitis sucks, quad tendonitis sucks. Put them together and it's not a good time. Not at all. Now that we know what's going on, things should go better in the future going forward with the squats and the knee pain. So the hip shift should get better. I should have a cleaner squat. And just imagine, if I can squat 970 on one leg, what can I do on two legs, you know? But now we're on to deadlifts. Now, deadlifts have been the one lift that has felt really good throughout the entire prep for the American Pro coming up, because I've hit hundreds and hundreds of pounds of PRs, PR doubles, PR triples. We're tickling doing my 1 rep max 4 reps in this 1 year worth of training leading up to from the American Pro 1 to the American Pro 2. When you're peaking, there's some sort of undulation in training that goes on where you can go balls to the walls with all 3 of your lifts, or you could go about it smartly and you can have some lifts be a little higher than the others, and then you kind of weigh the scales as to how much of your CNS implosion you want to be able to deal with, because powerlifting is not about how much you can lift, it's how much you can recover from. So if we're able to push our CNS, kind of fill a balloon of our CNS a little more each week, then we're going to be able to hit higher numbers on the platform. So we blew the balloon up with the bench. It felt like garbage. That's the CNS acting up. We blew up the balloon a little bit with the squat. I mean, it felt like garbage, but the weight felt good. It only felt like garbage because the knee was having a temper tantrum, but it felt good. You don't want to go all 3 balls to the wall if you're doing it this way, where you're pushing your perceivable undulations, your like what you're able to recover from. You don't want to push that too far when you're in training. So we did a cardio deadlift day. Joe programmed a cardio deadlift day where we did 505, 8x1, and then we did some deficit deadlifts. So, I mean, technically I benched more than I deadlifted this week. Extenuating circumstances, unique situations. But I mean, like, it's been a meme in my life for so long that I'm going to outbench my deadlift. Like, we finally did it, boys. First man on the moon to outbench their deadlift. That's not a good taste in the mouth, but this Dunkin' Pumpkin Coffee is. I can't really say much about the deadlift. It was a 8x1, 505. CNS was a little toasted, but I mean, it's 505. It's like fingering your stepsister. Like, it can just comes naturally when it's that light, you know? I mean, I don't know how far out from the American Pro is. It's like we're getting into the tail end of August, early September, and the meet's at the end of October. So it's like 7 or 8 weeks out. Training's ramping up. Extracurriculars haven't ramped up yet because you do the lifting, the drugs don't. You know, we're in it to win it. We out here. What else would Russ Swole say? Head and Shoulders. I use Head and Shoulders on my hair. No, that's his work ethic. Never mind. But stay tuned next week as we get even stupider. Let's get stupid, boys.